Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. To start things off, some very interesting stuff happening in the cryptocurrency space, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. Decentralized social media platform known as Mithril, M-I-T-H, has adopted the Binance Chain, the mainnet of the leading cryptocurrency exchange known as Binance. The development was announced by Mithril in a blog post that they published on the 18th of April. With the step, Mithril, a social media platform that rewards content creators with its native token Myth, becomes the first purported to shift to the Binance Chain, with Myth token migrating from an ERC20 token to a BEP2, coin. At Mithril, users gain Myth through Mithril mining while managing assets on the company's platform Vault. Binance users will be able to withdraw Myth to BEP2 wallets following the completion of the initial migration of the ERC20 based Myth to BEP2. The development will purportedly not have an impact on the ERC20 versions of Myth held in private Ethereum wallets. Binance launched the Binance Chain a couple days ago and expects to execute the swap of its native token Binance Coin BNB on the 23rd of April, that is tomorrow. The exchange initially revealed its plans to launch its own blockchain in December 2018, intending to build a basis for issuing new cryptocurrencies and ICO tokens. A lot of people have been asking me if Binance will take care of the ERC20 to actual Binance Coin swap. As they have not stated it explicitly, one can only assume that they are going to. Typically, Binance, a week or two before a swap is about to happen, they usually let everyone know that they're going to do it. The easiest way to kind of think of it is they have done the swaps for at least 20, 30, 40 other coins at this point. I assume that they are probably going to take care of all the steps for their own token on their own platform. So I would assume you do not have to move your coins off of Binance to get the new Binance coins when they go to their Binance Chain. The point of me talking about this, first of all, we don't really hear ever about the coin Mithril. I'm pretty sure none of you have ever, not none of you, I'm pretty sure a large portion of you have probably never heard of the coin Mithril. The point is, we are entering a very interesting spot, and I mean, this is one of the probably the most exciting times in cryptocurrencies, regardless of where the prices might be. Something very interesting is happening, and it appears, and this is really weird, a lot of other coins came out in 2017, and I guess also a part in 2018 as well. Coins coming forward talking about how they were going to get rid of Ethereum. They were stronger, faster, better than Ethereum. Ethereum had no chance against me. It was mainly Tron, Cardano, and EOS. These are kind of the top three at the top of that pyramid of coins who are going to tear down Ethereum and take its place and do this and so and so and so. What a lot of people didn't expect, myself included, comes down to the fact that with the release of the Binance Chain and the soon-to-be Binance DEX, or the Binance Decentralized Exchange, Binance is now a contender in that same exact race as well. As far as the release of their Binance Chain allows them and allows other people to actually create ICOs on their platform and to not list their coins, but to, when someone is building or putting a coin on top of, like this is moving from the Ethereum protocol over to the Binance Chain, it's expected, and this is going to be, I think the next 2 months will be pivotal for this, and I don't even mean that as a joke. Over the next 2 months, we're definitely going to see if this shift actually ends up happening. A lot of people are thinking that because Ethereum, once again, will take a lot longer than expected to be able to have its upgrades that we were told we were going to get around 2016, 2017, and now we're expected to have them in around 2 years. That's far too long. A lot of people are thinking that people are going to start building their platforms and simply moving their platforms over to the Binance Chain, where they can have and I say this in the most interesting way possible, in a regulated space to be able to launch your own coin. Because a lot of the problems that a lot of other cryptocurrencies are having right now is that they're launching their cryptocurrencies on Ethereum or other platforms, and then they're being kind of reeled in by government saying, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. So Binance is kind of, I mean, it's not the most regulated exchange that we have in the entire world, but a lot of people may potentially in the future choose to launch their coins or move their projects over from Ethereum simply over to Binance, as Binance potentially holds more promise than the current platform Ethereum. that they have them on. And now, without actually even reading through this article, for those who aren't looking at the actual title of it, it says Binance Chain could send Ethereum price back to the double digits. And that's simply because we've seen a runoff of projects who were on Ethereum, who have moved to Tron, they've moved to EOS, they've moved, or I assume plan on at some point moving to Cardano. No word yet on the other platforms that can have other whatever, so-and-so built on top of them. But like I said, focusing on these three, Binance kind of came out of nowhere and announced this thing. And I think the thing that a lot of people are being confronted with now is that we now have another fourth entity in the cryptocurrency space who's extremely well known, who's extremely well trusted, who has a chain that's going to probably do very well, that people are betting very heavily on to do well sometime in the future, who now can also take away even more of a spotlight from Ethereum. Like I said, the next 2 months, we are April, May, let's say by the end or middle of June, we should have a clear indication. If we start having news about every other day or every third day of a company or two moving their coin over to Binance, it'll be pretty clear exactly where that's going to end up going. Yeah, I mean, it's just completely insane what's happening, but yeah, let's move on. Next up, the CEO of Bithumb's operator has revealed plans to expand to the United States and to Japan. The CEO of Singapore-based Blockchain Exchange Alliance, or the BXA, which has a controlling stake in major South Korean crypto exchange Bithumb, has revealed plans to expand to the American and Japanese markets. The news was reported by Cointelegraph Japan a couple of days ago. BXA CEO BK Kim told Cointelegraph Japan in an interview that BXA's strategy is to pursue a so-called reverse merger route by acquiring a publicly traded company that is already listed on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. The route can be a faster way to take a company public than a traditional IPO, an initial public offering. BK Kim noted, adding that it can also help reduce listing fees, reportedly estimated to amount to around $6 million US. For those who didn't really get that, the kind of easiest way of simplifying it is, if you are a foreign company or any company, whatever the case might be, and you are trying to open up yourself in the United States, the easiest way to kind of do it is, and what a lot of people have been doing, especially this is a lot of crypto companies have been very smart in doing this, as opposed to going to the SEC and the CFTC and the ABC and getting all the paperwork and filing things for a year and a half and trying to figure out how this works and you waiting for this and getting a rejection and getting a so-and-so. You simply acquire a company that is already on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. It has all of this paperwork already. You acquire them, 51% stake, if not more, 100% stake, what have you, and therefore you have absorbed and bought and purchased a company that already has all of this paperwork that you needed or would have had to wait 2 years for in order to be able to start doing what you want to do. So as a company that is dealing in cryptocurrencies, and we've seen if the New York Stock Exchange has had a difficult time, it is clear that probably Bithumb will probably not have the easiest time as well. So this is why they're thinking of doing this. According to BK Kim, BXA has already sought legal advice in the United States, where a lawyer has reportedly given the opinion that the current legal framework allows for BXA to be listed using such a reverse merger structure, where we just spoke about. The CEO also revealed that BXA is currently seeking potential partners in Japan to establish a joint venture for a crypto exchange that would be officially licensed by the country's watchdog. Everyone's trying to expand. I understand expansion, obviously. I don't know why it really took them so long. If you notice, because I've definitely noticed in 2019, we have a lot of news, or there's a lot of news, I don't know what other word I can find, about companies like they're located in the States and now they're trying to open up in Canada and in Europe and in Japan. We have companies who are in Europe, they're trying to list themselves in America and Canada and in South America. We have companies who are in South America who are trying to open up in Singapore, and it's like everyone's like finally stretching their arms out to try and expand. I don't know why it took them so long. I mean, maybe just 2019 is the year of expansion. Anyway, we have another major cryptocurrency exchange who's trying to open up in the US. I wish them the best of luck, and I mean that not even as a joke. The US is not friendly to its own companies, so I'm expecting hostile waters as they continue going forward. Next up, I think this one is actually pretty cool in my eyes. This is just me. The proposed digital asset laws aiming to legalize ICOs in Russia and is expected to be reviewed in May, but lawmakers are slowly realizing the futility of regulating Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies that are unregulatable by design. Earlier this week, Russia's Deputy Finance Minister Alexei Moiseev shared his thoughts on the country's developing cryptocurrency laws. Speaking on the sidelines at the Economic Forum in Yalta, the minister says the main aim of the proposed digital asset law is to legalize ICOs, and I'll get back to that in 1 second. He added that he expects the bill to be reviewed by the Duma in May. He said, "As I understand, the aim of the proposed law is ICO legalization. I believe the main goal is to make the ICO, which is a very easy way to raise some capital, convenient for small tech businesses," end quote. The minister also noted that the topic of anonymity and anonymizing cryptocurrencies such as Monero have come up during discussions of the draft law. Here's where it gets interesting. He said, "To be honest, I thought anonymity and cryptocurrencies were a thing of the past," and that might be my favorite sentence that I've ever read on this channel. He said, "But I attended 2 roundtables at the, I'm going to say Geber forum, and there they said that these secret platforms do exist and can provide full anonymity." Worth noting, the latest version of the proposed law removed the definitions of cryptocurrency, tokens, and mining. Instead, they are now referred to in the bill under the term of digital assets and their related operations. But the proposed law is already under heavy criticism. Obviously, for example, president of the Russian Crypto Industry and Blockchain Association, Yuri Prapachkin, believes that it would only add government pressure on the crypto industry. In the result, the new law would force crypto startups to move to friendlier jurisdictions such as Malta and Switzerland. You better believe that's exactly what's going to happen. If the law passes, then Russia's central bank would have sole power to decide which digital assets can be bought by unaccredited investors. For those who don't understand that word, that means normal people. That means unrich people, people who aren't swimming in billions of dollars or don't have a gold pool. They will have no say in which coins they can hold or buy or what they can do with their digital currencies. If you want to talk about an exciting time in the cryptocurrency space, I mentioned it has to at least be 714,000 other times before. I knew that these people, not even Russia, and I mean just across the globe, these people thought that cryptos were dead. They thought that they weren't a thing. They didn't, how you don't pick up a newspaper or you don't read or you don't Google or don't see anywhere that the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ and at least 7 other stock exchanges around the world are deeply into cryptocurrencies. And I find it all rather exciting because this is leading up to the other prophesized, I can kind of say that, thing that we had in the cryptocurrency space where people like Andreas Antonopoulos were talking about the future of where the cryptocurrency space is going, as far as like, I guess even, one factor is ignoring that cryptos are still a thing. And then the other fact is that the actual eventual takeover, especially, this is what I think is the best for me. This also ties, like they pretty much tie together. As things are currently going, it appears that regardless of regulation or not, cryptocurrencies will continue to be around. That is just going to be a thing. There are going to be layers of, cryptocurrencies and blockchains are already starting to adopt private layers, private transactions, ZK snarks, Mimble Wimble. We're going to have these things on pretty much all the main cryptocurrencies, save 1 or 2. Within the next 2 to 5 years. And that's not a rough estimate. There are already a lot of plans in order to get these things implemented. We've heard from the people from Litecoin, they're going to try and do it. Vitalik Buterin has stood on stage many times and said that he's going to do it. The people from Bitcoin have noted many times as well that they're trying to, what's the other one that they're working on? I just had the name in my head and it kind of went away. There's a lot of stuff that's going to end up happening. And I wonder what the future will be like for governments when they realize that not only can they not stop cryptocurrencies, but these things will also be anonymous as far as transactions in the next couple of years. I don't know exactly how that's going to really come together. There was actually a news story it had to be the beginning of 2018. And I sat there and wondered why, Not why more people weren't upset, but I mean, I guess we should have all kind of seen this coming. There was actually a proposal in the beginning of last year, I'm pretty sure it was last year, where the central bank or some lawmakers within Russia had said that they believed that the only people who should be able to touch crypto were institutional investors. And the way that they worded it in the actual document was pretty much, if you are extremely rich, and I mean millions, not a million, I mean like hundreds of millions, you can do with crypto as you so wish. It is up to you to decide exactly how you want to use it. And they had a stipulation that if you were not rich, they framed it as unaccredited investors. I think you could have a maximum of 2,000, like 300 US dollar equivalent in cryptocurrency per year that you were able to buy, which is completely insane. Because if you think of it, even just from a standpoint of telling people, hey, you can't own that digital number that's on a screen, if you get past that part as well, it also leads to the discussion, not that you know, if there's a possibility that these coins could potentially 10x, 100x, and, cause a new wave of wealth, you are actively suppressing people from being able to take a part in that party. You are telling poor people, you can have a crumb, and I hope that that crumb grows into half a slice of cake, and that's all that you can have. Like, when you tell people how much you can put into something, I believe that it's wrong. It's very weird, and this is why I wonder exactly how these governments are going to completely deal with all of this in the next couple of years, because it's going to get to a point. First of all, this is why we've seen an uptick in the amount of people who are using local bitcoins, who are using all of these other platforms and stuff like that. When people realize that there are other ways for them to get cryptocurrencies without having to go through regulated exchanges or having to go through so-and-so, or that they have Bitcoin ATMs and that they can start putting as much money as they want into these things so that they can also have a huge slice of the pie, you can't stop people from wanting to become rich. It's inevitable. If you really are hungry enough, you will eat. That's kind of just how things go. Once again, the fact that I can't imagine how many lawmakers and politicians around the world think that cryptos aren't a thing. This is when you get people talking about why we're going to have a huge bull run and why things are going to go completely insane and why prices are going to hit new all-time highs. It's because billions of people on this planet aren't paying attention to what's going on. And the worst part is, it's not politicians. It's usually people who will benefit the most from this. And that could be anybody from my friends and family to your friends and family to other people who could benefit the most from this are just not paying attention. They will FOMO into the market. It's not their fault. They know not what they do. Anyway, enough with this topic. I thought this was incredibly fascinating because I would love to hear from other politicians as well if you actually spoke to them and got their idea or their thoughts on what is actually happening in the cryptocurrency space. I'm pretty sure it would cause a new wave of bullishness in the crypto space just to know that these people have no idea what's coming. Let's move on. Next up, in a statement to Cointelegraph, the finance giant known as SBI said its move to stop supporting Bitcoin Cash had been pre-planned. Japanese financial services giant SBI Holdings says that the removal of Bitcoin Cash from its exchange last week was not a result of the other delistings of Bitcoin Cash, Satoshi's vision. They said it was done on their own. SBI, which has never offered BSV trading, sparked controversy when executives moved to delist Bitcoin Cash, as it was BSV who had become the target of the cross-industry boycotts, as Cointelegraph reported. So the point is, people speculated or found out that apparently SBI has a partnership with N-Chain, as many other cryptocurrency exchanges. You typically don't sit in your own corner. You kind of partner with whoever you can because that's kind of where the money is, or where the money could potentially be in the future. They partnered with something called N-Chain. Apparently N-Chain is tied to Craig Wright, or rather it is his business, and this led to the speculation that they delisted Bitcoin Cash because they were going to list Bitcoin Cash, Satoshi's vision. SBI said no. They said they had planned this a long time ago. Right. That's kind of the news on that. I'm pretty sure we will. I'm give it 2 weeks. I feel like a lot of the dust is settling on the Bitcoin Cash Satoshi's Vision story. It could be kicked back up. I mean, nobody was expecting all of that to happen last week anyway. But as of now, the bank is announcing that they removed Bitcoin Cash, and it was just a coincidence. It had nothing to do with the other SV delistings. The timing's a little weird, I won't lie. But let's move on. To kind of finish things up, I'm pretty sure none of you should be surprised in any capacity at all with any of this. Binance Coin has apparently broken its previous records for where it was before in price. This is significant because it is the only coin during this 15-month bear market that has gone back to its previous all-time high. That would be like Bitcoin during a 15-month bear market, moving up past $20,000, and all the other coins kind of relatively staying where they are. Binance has become a monolithic giant in a very short amount of time. I assume that this is going to continue. A lot of people are incredibly bullish on Binance Coin. The fact that they have pushed, I mean, just the fact that they have gone past where they were before is incredibly, at least to me, indicative of where the project is going, where the coin is going, where the Binance Chain is going, where the decentralized exchange is going to go. It's all very interesting. Yeah, not really much more to say on that topic, except for the fact that I guess everyone's going to be looking out at this point to see if more projects are going to be leaving Ethereum and announcing that they are going over to the Binance Chain. At the moment, prices aren't doing too bad. They're pretty okay. Depending on when you look at it, Bitcoin is over 53. Looking at it right now, it's at 52.71. It kind of flip-flops back and forth. I can't even begin to tell you the analysts and what they're saying and who's analyzing what and who thinks that what is going to go where. Everyone has their own ideas. We are still, and I mean, we're split probably 70-30. 70% think that the bear market's over. The Bitcoin bottomed around 3,200, something like that. They're of the mindset that either we are going to skyrocket very soon, their opinion, not mine. I did not analyze all of this. Or a little sliver of that is that Bitcoin is going to retest 4,600 and then try and zoom its way back up. And then the other 30% believe that Bitcoin is headed to around 2,000 something, or 2,200, or 2,400, or 2,526.72, whatever number they keep throwing out, and that's when the true bottom will have come in. Wow, will have come about, and yeah, that's when Bitcoin will shoot back up. Everyone thinks that Bitcoin is going to shoot up in price relatively soon. It just kind of comes down to a when. I mean, I dare not even give you time frames because they're anywhere from 3 weeks, not joking, to around September, October, and then you have the really interesting ones who are talking about that the price won't move until 2021. Good luck with that one for those of you who are waiting for the price to bottom out around that level. Yeah, I think that is definitely going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and listening. I do appreciate all of your support. As always, an enormous amount of thank yous for my, or rather to my, Patreon supporters. They are Professor Wally from Gunbot University, SC Verzely Fine Art, Brady Nield, L. Doug, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, Shaolin Fried Rice, Gil Boa Snake, Crypto Joe, Carl Birchenoff, singer-songwriter Mike Savitz, Rai Rai, Yasha Harari, Amy Starsheen, Jeffrey Ramsey, Crip Nonic, Crypto Artist, Coldy, 3D, Nicholas, One Earth, One Peace, One Love, Setsuna, Nick Kanaya, Richie Rich, The Third, RF Dusty, Cody, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Jeremy Fox, Jim Gardner, Minting Coins, Arthur Yaku, Nick Mangialavori, and Anthony Charles. Thank you all an incredible amount for your generosity. I thank you very, very much. And yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. See you.